Okay, greetings, Divine Radiance. I was sitting here like, no, it just said live streaming isn't available right now. Try again later. I'm like, no. Greetings, Divine Radiance. Welcome to your Wednesday live hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashworth, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. I thank you so much for being on. If you guys are excited about today's Empower Hour, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video and leave me a comment and let me know. And whoever was first, please leave a comment to let me know so I can pull your card for you. I've been working all morning. I actually got some recording done before I took my son to school, and then I've been working all morning. And so right when I was wrapping up, I was like, let me grab a snack, let me go potty, because I finished one of these and filled it up again. And it's like, you've been sitting here all day. You are not about to be late. Hey, my beautiful Aunt Rachel. So Alatha was first. Awesome. Hey, Diamond. Hey, Mom. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Maria. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Hey, Tia Lynn. And let's see who else. Let me see. I'm just going to start. Alatha said, hey, family. Hey, Alatha. Alatha said, I'm sending everyone love and healing. I pray that you are safe and good spirit, and for sending that to me and everyone. Alatha said, a like-minded group. Go for it. I said, oh man, I just realized I'm way early. No, that's good. I went ahead and streamed, started it so everyone could see that we were coming on, people that may come across it. So no, you're perfect. Perfect. So let's just see. And nope, you are not late, Rachel. We don't start until 10:30 Pacific time, 1:30 Eastern time. Yes, it counts. Alatha just said I was here first. Not sure if it counts. I was early. It definitely counts. So, okay, which deck for Alatha? Okay. Ooh, is that for her? Okay. Okay. I was told, wait, both? Okay. I was told no, and as a matter of fact, leave it out the deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle from these cards. This is for Alatha. Which one? Okay. Spirit said take all three. So Alatha, is there a question if that requires a yes or no answer that you may have for Spirit right now? If you can go ahead and think about that for a minute and then let me know. You can either put it in the comments or you can just put it in your own mind. And when you have it, let me know. So I'll save that card. But you also got dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Look at me reading backwards and stuff on live. It's backwards, unlike Zoom. And you got Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic teacher. So I'm going to start with these two cards for you, Alatha. Number one, I'm hearing you have been running a lot of energy lately, right? And so what Spirit is telling you to do is to do something different that's outside of your normal routine so that you can, it's almost like how when you're working out and you build that muscle memory, after a while, your body gets used to it, or when you're eating, it doesn't have the same effect as when you do something different. Sometimes with skincare, my face will start to get dry here, so I'll switch it up and then it'll work. And, so long story short, what Spirit is saying is do that with your daily practices, your daily routines and rituals also. Do something that's different and outside what you normally do. Now, it's not to necessarily say stop doing what you normally do, right? You're being prompted to add some things to it, or if you do decide that there's something you're doing and it just kind of feels like, wah, wah, then make sure you're replacing it, but not deleting anything, just switching it up. And as far as the Sisterhood of the Rose, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about you writing your book and sharing your story. Well, you're definitely a high priestess. You definitely receive accurate messages from the divine, and you are now ready to step into that role of teacher. So this has been coming up for you, and it's time. So it's time for you to do it on a larger scale. I don't know what that looks like for you. I'd love for us to discuss it. I'd love for you to go live in REM and let us know, like, what does that look like for you? and then we can work together to get you there. But Spirit is saying it's time. It's time. And as you're talking about, you just gave a message to everyone about that like-spirited, like-minded group. Well, you are definitely a part of a community like that. And Spirit is saying now it's time for you to begin with those roots that you have planted in REM. You're the trunk, and you're going up and branching out and begin expanding your feelers so that you can now build a community, and then your community members can do the same. Spirit is just saying it's time. It's time. Don't wait for the book to be finished. Don't wait for, don't wait for anything. It's just time. So let's see what you all are saying. Diamond, I still don't know how to tag people on here. I was attempting the other day, and I just don't know how. You're so welcome, Alatha. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'll be joining you on September 2nd. Now, did you think of the question that you had that was a yes or no answer for Spirit? Alava said, I received a message from Diamond last night and I knew what she was talking about. It's been on my mind all morning. I'm going to watch it. I noticed that Diamond went live in REM and left a message for you, but I haven't had an opportunity to watch. I'm going to definitely look at it. I'm grateful that she delivered that message. Go ahead, Diamond. So, okay, so I'm going to hold this to the side, or I'm going to actually write it down what the answer was, because you haven't let me know if you got that question or not. And we're going to go ahead and move into, okay, well, Spirit just said this is just for one. So pick which one is priority for you, and then I'll tell you what the answer was. And while I'm waiting on that from Alatha, I would like to share with you all some of the things that are going on just in general before we get into our breathing. So I have been in this space of rest and rejuvenating and allowing Spirit to pour into me and guide and direct me. And one of the things that Spirit has guided me to begin doing is Friday feature. So what that means is that the other members on the AshworthScott Life Sculpting team on Fridays, they will be rotating and they'll be going live here on YouTube, this channel right here, and they'll be giving general messages. The readers on the team, they'll be giving general messages, and they'll also be doing the $20 single question mini reads. Now we have Jillian on our team, who is our shaman and Reiki practitioner, and what she'll be doing is healing sessions. There'll be brief healing sessions where she'll be guided by Spirit to give you whatever form of healing Spirit leads her to give you, and you'll be able to experience that for $20 as well. So I like to give you a heads up because we did a test yesterday and Javi went live and everyone was like, wait, who are you? So Javi is one of the psychic mediums, and he's also an author that's on the AshworthScott Life Sculpting team. And then we have Nikki as well. So just, if you haven't looked at the website yet, click the link in the description box. Look around, you'll see them, you'll be able to read their bios, and then you're now going to be able to experience them and get to know them too. So I'm so excited to share our channel with them and share them with you because they are so phenomenal. So, okay, so let's see if Alatha has her question. Hi, Pat, welcome. Okay, Alatha, have you selected the question? The one that is top priority for you? Because I don't see your answer to that. I'm just going to put it to the side so we can go ahead and start with our breathing. Okay. So welcome everyone. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm going to give it to you and then you got no. So do you guys remember when I shared with you how I asked Spirit a question and I was using lack language? And then I got one answer and it instantly hit me to ask, did I get that answer because I was using lack language? And Spirit said yes. So the thing that you said is, will I get what I want out of my settlement? And your answer is no. So, okay, moving beyond this, what I'm being led to tell you is that number one, you know you can create your reality. I too am in the process of waiting on a settlement. And so what I say every day is everything that happens in my life serves my highest good. I surrender to what is and I create what will be, right? And I just put the energy down to create what I'm choosing, right? I don't want it. I don't want for anything, but I know a number amount that would serve my highest good and allow me to serve on a deeper level, you know. And what I've been doing, the other day I was literally thinking about, well, this is another thing I'm manifesting, but it does have to do with finances. And I was literally thinking about, when I receive this dollar amount, what am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? And one of the things that I'm choosing to do is to create 3 different fourplexes where light workers, whether they're men or women, are able to come and they're able to live there. They're able to work. They're able to go to school. But what we're doing is we're having morning meditation. We're having life coaches. We're having things and people come in that can help them to release their trauma and build their spiritual selves, right? So as I'm thinking about giving back in this way, I was so just feeling it that I actually started to cry because it felt so good to be able to give back in that way. So this dollar amount that I'm manifesting, and I'm not talking about the settlement now, I'm talking about a different dollar amount for something, just however spirit decides to give it to me, but it's still relevant to what you're doing. That's helping me to boost my ability to manifest it, right? So what are you going to do when you get that settlement? How are you going to invest it or spend it or give back, whether it's to your family or to strangers or whatever? Allow yourself to really tap into all the manifestation techniques that you know work and create the amount that you're choosing. So that's your message. A lot. Said, I got you. I actually rethought the question. I understand what you mean. Okay, awesome, awesome. So you guys, let's go ahead and get into our breathing. How many of you are ready for the breathing? If you're ready for the breathing, go ahead and do a thumbs up if you haven't already. So for those of you that are new to the channel, what we do every Wednesday before we start is, first of all, the first person on gets a card pulled for them. And today, Spirit just so happened to give a lot of 3. And so after that, we do our breathing. And what we're going to do is inhale slow and deep through our nose, love and light. And then we're going to exhale slowly out through our mouth, all that's no longer serving us. Now, if there's something specific that you're choosing to release, then you can focus on that as you're exhaling. And as you're breathing, I am going to be sending Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. And of course, this energy is intelligent, so it will go wherever your body, your soul, your spirit is calling for it to go, okay? So go ahead and close your eyes and allow yourself to relax. And just go ahead and begin with your breathing, slow and deep through your nose, love and light. And then exhaling and releasing slowly out through your mouth all that's no longer serving you. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters. I call you in to fill the space, and I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. I thank you for delivering a message to me to share with those I'm called to serve today, and may their hearts, their minds, and their spirits be open to receive this message. I thank you, and so it is. So just go ahead and continue breathing. And as you're breathing in that love and light and releasing all that's no longer serving you, go ahead and give your crown chakra located at the top of your head permission to open, opening your crown chakra now. And as you continue to breathe and inhale all that love and light and release what's no longer serving you, allow for your divine source of highest light and love to pour healing energy in through your crown. And just feel that energy as it pours down into your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras. Feeling that energy flow down into your throat, down into your heart, loosening and releasing all that's no longer serving you. Pouring down into your solar plexus and your sacral and down into your root. And just feel that warm, loving sensation as this energy travels down to your thighs and your knees, your legs and your calves, traveling down into your ankles and into your feet. And just feel that energy burst out through the soles of your feet as roots are forming and going down, penetrating the center of Mother Earth, allowing yourself to feel the heartbeat of Mother Earth and allowing her divine loving energy to flow in through those roots, up through the soles of your feet, up to your root and your sacral, traveling up to your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, and your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras and traveling up and out your crown. And just allow the divine energy of Mother Earth and the cosmos to dance together and allow it to flow down and up through you, filling your entire cellular being, setting the intention that the rest of the day, every inhale will be breathing in love and light, and every exhale will be you releasing all this no longer serving you. Thanking the divine for being here and showing up for us. And so it is. So when you're ready, just go ahead and open your eyes and let me know how you all feel. How are you feeling right now? That always makes me feel so relaxed and calm. That quick grounding exercise. And you guys see how quick that is? I mean, you could literally ground every day if you chose to. It's not necessary, but it won't do anything but assist you, make you stronger, more powerful, more at peace. So let's go ahead and get into our message for today. Okay. So, Oh, wow. You guys, don't you guys think so? Spirit is just amazing. I love how spirit works. I'm looking forward to getting in my place, you guys. I missed our tea messages. Like, have you noticed we haven't had our tea messages? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and get into this message. Now, at first I was going to say, okay, you guys, do you have a question? Ask it, a yes or no. But Spirit said, no, don't do that. That is not what this card was. So we got the no card and it says, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So I'm so grateful because Spirit literally, when I just said, okay, thank you, Spirit said, this message right here is in regards to serving others, right? As light workers, we're big old givers, soul. And then as a result, we become that yes man or that yes woman. And we're always saying yes. And then after we say yes, we're like, why did I say yes? Why am I doing this? And we're doing so much for others that we don't have time to pour into ourselves. We're exhausted. We're grumpy. We're physically ill, right? And Spirit is saying for the next 21 to 30 days, say no. Say no. Say no. Wait, pause, postpone. Give yourself an opportunity to really check in with your soul to see, am I doing this because it feels good to do it, or am I doing it because it feels like this is what I'm supposed to do? Because supposed to is lack. We're not supposed to do anything, right? We have a choice, right? But don't be the one that's taking away your own choice. So for the next 21 to 30 days, Spirit is saying, say no. Just say no. Say no. And if you don't feel like you are connected enough to say, let me think about that and connect with Spirit and get an answer, or connect with your soul and get an answer, then for the next 21 to 30 days, for some of us, this is going to be a challenge, but say no. Don't do anything for anyone except for you. Give yourself just that time to just pour into you. Okay. Can you guys do that? Like those of you that this message is for, can you do that? Because, as light workers, a lot of us do have that yes syndrome. You know, some of us have overcome it or are overcoming it, but some of us are still dealing with that. And Spirit is saying, in order for you to step into your full divine purpose and path, it's going to require you to have strong and clear boundaries. And boundaries don't have to necessarily be something that you set in place and they're set in stone. Boundaries can just be you simply checking in. How does it feel? How does it feel? Is it a yes for me? Is it a no, or is it a not right now? You know, boundaries can just, they can be fluid, right? But until you get in the habit of having boundaries, whether they're set in stone or whether they're fluid, Spirit is saying, just say no. Okay. Lady Love said, yes, I can, in my Eddie Murphy voice. Pat said, OMG, I can do this. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Lady Love, mama, can you do something for me? Can you do me a favor? No, I'm just kidding. I'm seeing how she gonna practice this no. Okay. Speaking, that just reminded me. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna share with you guys because we're family, right? So I have an Adore Me membership. I have an Adore Me membership, right? And so I have this jumper where you can remember. She was not happy about giving it to me. She was like, I love that bra. And, you know, my mom gives me a lot, right? It's not that. It's just she loved the bra. So finally she was like, okay, I'm going to give it to you, right? I can't remember what she said I was giving her, but I believe it was something I was already giving her anyway. And so anyways, I just ordered my monthly Adore Me order, right? And guess what I got, Mom? A blue bra. So you will get yours back. But I'm just sharing this because now Spirit is having me kind of drift into another message before we get here. Part of that too is she checked in with her soul before she said yes, and then she agreed to say yes, right? She figured out why was she saying no. It was lack, and she decided to say yes. So when we are connected to our soul and we say yes from the places that yeses come from, right? Which is our heart and not out of obligation. Well, then we get blessed. We get blessed. And so my mom's blessing happens to be getting her bra back or me giving her my bra because it's mine now. She gave it to me. So our next message is rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Look at that. I didn't even know this is what it said, but look, Spirit just gave us the message. So when we learn to say no, or when we learn to operate from that level of our soul, this is what happens, right? This is what happens. Diamond said, I'm in. I mean, no. Pat said, I can say not at this time. You can. You definitely can. If that feels more comfortable, you can. And what I'd like you all to remember is that no is a complete sentence, or not at this time is definitely a complete sentence. So if you decide that it's a no or not right now or a not at all or hell no to the no, whatever you decide, it is complete and you don't owe anyone an explanation. Don't let them bully you into giving one because you can just say no. And if they say, well, why? You can say, no, thank you. I'd rather just say no. You know what I mean? But Spirit is setting you up for your blessings because listen, if you're doing things because you feel you're supposed to or because of obligation, it's lack. It's coming from a place of lack, right? It's coming from a place of lowering your vibration or coming from a place of low vibration. So what blessings can you attract if you're vibrating low? What good are you if you're upset, angry, stressed out, overly busy to the point of not having time for self? You're not good to you and you're not good to them. And 9 times out of 10, if you're saying yes when what you feel is no, what you're doing is you're now enabling, right? You're now enabling. So by enabling someone, you're actually doing them more harm than good. Sometimes we make it our business to interfere with a person's life's journey, with their path. You know, sometimes we're like, oh no, I'd rather them not experience this because I experienced it. I know what it's like. I'm gonna give you an example. My older son, Asim, he'll be 23 in November. And I left home at 16, because I had a very abusive stepfather and I just could not take it anymore. So I left home at 16. I know what it's like to be on your own and to struggle. And that was something that I chose to not have my children experience. So as long as my children are respectful, my thing is they can stay at my house until they decide to leave, until they're ready, right? So Asim chose to move to Texas because he fell in love, right? And I was just like, oh, sometimes Asim's going through struggles. I'm like, oh, like my baby, you know what I mean? Like he had a perfectly great car and he sold it to my ex-husband and now he has a clunker, and it's just like, oh. And what I remind myself is everyone has their own path and their own journey, including my son. So my struggles built my character. My struggles built my strength. My struggles also increased my level of wisdom, right? So why would I take that away from my child? I love him enough to allow him to experience his struggles so that he can build his strength, so he can build his wisdom, right? And so that he can be in a position to then teach and serve others. So just remind yourself of that. When you're enabling, you're doing more harm than good. So let's see what you all are saying. Oh, thank you so much, Pat. Pat said, this is really amazing. I received the blessing. I'm so grateful. And Maria said, I don't owe anybody an explanation. I love it. You don't. You really don't. The only person that you owe an explanation to is you. Is you. Now, if you are, harming yourself, whether it's by saying yes when you mean no, or whether you are keeping yourself stuck and stagnant, you definitely owe you an explanation as to why, right? Going deep within, contemplating, meditating, self-reflecting. But that's it. Outside of you, you don't owe anybody anything. You just show up in love and light, but you got to love and light you first, right? Let's see. My Aunt Linda said, hello, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm parked somewhere that has no signal. I'll have to listen to wonderful chats later. I love you, my niece. I love you too. And please make sure you watch the replay. Is there anything else from this card? Okay, thank you. So what I'm also being told to tell you is balance your chakras. Balance your chakras, right? Balance your chakras. This is coming. I'm taking this message too. You know why? Because I've been doing a lot of meditating and I've been doing a lot of, breath focus and guided meditations. And I used to do chakra balances every day. And then I stopped. I used to listen to a guided meditation, do that every day, and I stopped. And Spirit is saying it doesn't necessarily have to be every day, but make it a part of your regular routines or rituals, right? If you are able to balance them on your own, great. If not, if you look on the playlist here on the channel, the guided meditation, I believe that's the name of the playlist, there is a quick full chakra balance there. So you could just put it on at night. It'll balance your chakras. You'll wake up feeling refreshed and energized, okay? Anything else for this message? Okay. So we got grounding. Grounding. It says, go deep, explore your roots. Okay, so listen, what were we just talking about? Number one, we did cover grounding, and it's a given. Spirit already gave us that message. But what we were just talking about is not owing anyone but ourselves an explanation. And so when you go deep, right, what Spirit is saying is go deep and get to the root. Get to the root of what is causing you to say yes when you mean no. Why are you doing that? Like, that's not normal divinity behavior, right? That's not normal divinity behavior. That is a learned behavior or chosen behavior based on life's experiences. So Spirit is saying go deep and find out why. Now, this whole thing of you saying yes when you really mean no, it may not necessarily for you be that is your exact scenario, right? It could be, why are you overeating when you're full and you look in the mirror every day and you say to yourself, I don't like what I see, but yet you continue to overeat and you continue to not exercise? Why is that, right? Why is that? You may be in an unhealthy relationship and you may say, I'd love to be loved and treated like a queen or a king or, like the god or goddess that I am, but yet you're in this unhealthy union and you stay. Why is that? So you saying yes when you feel a no can come in many forms. And what Spirit is saying is get to the root and figure out what part of you is causing you to live that way. Why don't you love yourself enough to shift these behaviors? Okay. Okay. So also the other thing that Spirit is saying is it is also literally talking about get in nature and ground and look at the colors. It's so fitting as we're in fall, right? It's so fitting. So what Spirit is telling me to tell you is even as the weather is changing, because a lot of us, we make excuses. I'm included, in the cold weather, I will be in the house grounding 99.9% of the time. And it is effective. But what Spirit is telling us is even as the weather begins to change, still take time to be out in nature. Now, you may not take your shoes and socks off, right? But you can hug a tree. You can do like she's doing. You can sit on the earth and you can have your back against the tree and connect in that way. So Spirit is saying, don't let the change in seasons be an excuse not to get out and connect with nature. It's so important. So important. Okay. Hey, Cheryl, welcome, welcome. So look what else we got, you guys. Door to romance. Door to romance. And for some of you, this could be literal romance. You could be on the verge of that door opening on up and that love of your life, coming on in. But for the majority of us, Spirit is talking about self-love. Self-love. It's time for you to open that door to romance, right? You know how many times I went to the movies over the past 2 weeks? 3 times. I take myself on dates all the time, right? After I'm done working and I have a little extra time, you know what? I'm like, I'll see a movie. I got the pass now where I can see as many movies as I like to for one low price a month. So I go, right? Yesterday, after I wrapped everything up, I went to this vegan restaurant and treated myself, sat in and ate and felt real good. I date me, right? I date me. But self-love is about more than just dinner and a movie with self, right? It's about how are you cleansing your spirit, right? How are you feeding your soul, right? How are you protecting your energy? How are you elevating yourself? Spirit is saying it's time for that door to romance to be open and for it never to shut again. You are being called to be your best friend. You are being called to be your best lover. You are being called to be the sister that you've always desired, the brother that you've always wished you had, right? You are being called to be everything to yourself because whatever you're seeking outside of self, it can't come if you aren't already being that, right? We've been kind of taught. I remember I've been going to the movies by myself since I was a teenager. And people used to say, you're going to the movies by yourself? And I'd be like, well, it's a movie. It's not like I could sit there and talk to you while the movie's on. So what difference does it make? Just to have another body in the chair next to me? As a matter of fact, I kind of prefer not having bodies in the chair next to me. Right? I mean, of course, if I'm with someone, I don't mind it. I like it. But I'm just saying, if it's just me and there's other people, strangers, I'd rather sit by myself. Right. But oftentimes we are seeking things to come and enhance our lives. And what Spirit is saying is that you've got to enhance your life. If you're not enhancing your life, nothing outside of you is going to come and enhance it. If anything, those things that you're accepting that you think are going to enhance it, it's going to make it worse. And the reason it's going to make it worse is because Spirit is saying, I am going to get through your head right now that nothing that you seek is outside of self. You are attracting a version of you. You're attracting a version of you. So if you don't like what you're attracting, open this door to romance and shift you, right? Shift you. So let's see what y'all are saying. Oh, good. Cheryl said, I'm doing good, Nahkila. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Cheryl. I am. I actually feel really rested, although my eyes still look a little tired. I feel rested. I've been drinking more water. I'm not buying a bunch of food, eating out, although I did treat myself, but it was healthy, So I'm really just getting back in my flow. I've rested a lot and spirit has really been speaking to me and guiding me, and it feels good. I'm feeling like myself again. So thank you so much for asking. Let's see. Alice, is it Alice Clarity? Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your first time joining us. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. And let's see. Maria said, I hugged a tree in broad daylight in front of everyone, not caring what anybody thought, because that's what spirit wanted me to do. Well, yes, and here's the thing. We got the card before about being leaders, right? Well, when you're a leader and you're here to help shift the consciousness of humanity, you set the tone. So you may be doing something that people may look at you like, that's weird, right? Somebody may say, what are you doing? And then you'll say, oh, you know what? And you'll explain to them what you're doing and the benefits of it. Now they've gained some wisdom. And next thing you know, they just might go hug a tree. And then they're telling everybody else what hugging a tree does, right? This is what we're here for. We're not meant to play small or to hide, to shrink, right? Because we're attempting to fit into these small spaces. No, we're meant to stand up, speak up, and live our lives on purpose out loud, right? Because we are the leaders. And if we've got to shrink to fit, then spirit is saying we don't belong, right? We don't belong. Our job as these light workers, these light warriors, is to create a space that encourages others to expand, not to shrink to where society is or where the masses are, but to expand them, right? By being that example. So it's perfect. We just got to get out of ego, listen, you guys, you know me, I'm all about the stories and I'm transparent in it all. So when I knew that I had healed to a certain level was the day I could take my panties out of my butt without looking behind me. I knew I had reached a high level of self-love because I care. You know what I mean? Like, how many of us, if there's someone behind us, we will not take our panties or our underwear out of our butt. Now, what sense does that make? I was there before. Oh, where does that even come from? Why are we embarrassed to do that, right? But this is an example of how we fear judgment and we adapt and adjust so we won't be judged. It's the craziest thing ever when you think about it. Where did that even come from? Just because my panties are in my butt, it don't mean my booty's dirty. It just means my butt is big or my panties are small. Something, or my butt's hungry, right? But I have a right to take them out and be comfortable, right? So we sacrifice our comfort so that we can provide comfort for others. And spirit is saying those days are done. Those days are done. So the next time your butt's hungry and it's uncomfortable, I challenge you to take it out and don't even look behind you. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Tessa. TK said, I never thought of it that way. Maria said, yesterday, awesome. Pat said, exactly. I like going to the movies by myself. Yes, right? It's like I love seeing movies, and I don't know what it is with me and movies, but I'm going to tell you guys, when I found out that movie popcorn was vegan, it was a wrap. I kind of would have preferred to think it wasn't, because they don't use butter. They use oil, right? Because it's so unhealthy. It's so unhealthy. But that is the one unhealthy thing that I have not given up. And I'll be like, you know what? I just treat myself to poison every now and then. So let's see. Cheryl said, awesome. Alice Clarity said, yes, thank you. You're so welcome. And Pat said, I have that movie pass, but I don't go. I'm going to cancel. See, for me, after 2 movies, it pays for itself. So it's worth it for me because I go all the time. Tia Lynn said, not my butt is hungry. Yes, girl, my butt be big hungry. Okay. It's like my butt got a problem. So let's see. Cheryl says some people probably want to hug a tree, but are afraid of what other people may think. So if they see you do it, that'll probably give them the courage to do the same. This is so true. We're the examples. We're the leaders. We're the trailblazers, right? But we have forgotten that because we've separated ourselves from our inner divinity. And let's just talk a little bit about, you know how I set the alarm so that I would know how much time we have, because you guys know until I get in my place, I take my son to school and pick him up. So it's 2:10 and we have one more card. I am going to leave the link here. If anyone's interested in your $20 mini read, then we'll have some time probably to do about 2, maybe 3. So if you're interested, let me know so I know, how much time we have to just keep chatting. Okay, bring it back, Spirit. Okay, thank you. So you know how oftentimes what we do is we recently had the questions about, like the difference between Christianity and the difference between spirituality. Well, here's the thing. What I've come to know recently is that a lot of the things that are happening in the Bible, it's really a book about you, right? It's a book about you. It's not really a book about the things that we've been taught that it's about. It's really about you and different aspects of you, right? So we talk about sin. And you know what the number one sin is? Or what the devil is? We talk about devil and God, right? We talk about that. The devil is when we separate ourselves from the divine and when we fight against ourselves, right? That's what that is. Because what happens? What do you think of when you hear the devil or when you think of the devil, right? What do you think of? And when you think in terms of separating from your divinity and viewing yourself as less than or lower than the divine, what you're now creating are low vibrating feelings, low vibrating emotions, low vibrating energies, low vibrating experiences, right? When you hate yourself, right? The devil is not this horned person with a pitchfork and a tail, right? That's going to throw you in the lake of fire. You're going to burn eternally. The devil is you. The devil is you. When you fight against your divine self, when you separate yourself from the divine, right? When we think of the fact that, what are we taught? The devil creates chaos and havoc and all those things, right? Well, when you are seeing yourself as less than the divine, and when you're battling against your inner divinity, that's what you're creating. So it's really about us putting things in perspective, right? Putting things in perspective. Spirit has been guiding me to begin reading the Bible again, because Spirit is telling me that there are so many messages in the Bible that I missed when I was reading it back in the day. So many things, so many messages that I did not understand in the way that Spirit intended for it to be understood. And so now I'm just going to make it a study manual. Periodically, I'm just going to read it, and I'm going to now see it with the eyes of a spiritual person and not a religious person. And I'm actually excited to see what messages Spirit has in that little book, So let's see what y'all are saying. Okay. Thank you so much, Rachel. I will do it as soon as I do this last card. Yes. You know what? I saw 11:11 earlier. I recorded the pick a card reading for tomorrow. Thursdays are going to be pick a card reading, you guys. And when I was getting on one of the piles, it was 11:11. So let's see. Cheryl said, if that's literally true about the Bible, then why whoever wrote it won't just say that? Well, the thing is, there's so many things that has been taken and flipped, right? You know what I mean? So many things that have been taken and flipped and that was meant to empower that has been used to disempower. Like it happens in everything. This is why it's so important for us to open this door of romance, love ourselves, because when you open this door to romance and you love yourself, you also are opening yourself up to build that bond with the divine, with your higher self, and you're able to receive. So now people can't deceive you because you know the truth. You feel the truth. Spirit exposes truth to you. And just like you know truth, you know what's false as well. So this has just been going on since the beginning of time. Because if everyone was in their power, then those that are seeking to have full and complete power over the world would be disempowered. So this, I mean, it's about greed and all that other stuff, right? That we have the power to fight. So our last card that we got is Goddess of the Moon. And as we're in, look, 52 is 7. 52 is 7. As we are talking about building that connection and having the ability to connect deeply with the divine, right? The moon speaks of your intuition. It speaks of your intuition. And Spirit is saying, tap in, tap in. Here's the other thing I like to tell you. So many of us have walked away from religion. And I'm not bashing Christianity. Believe me, I'm not. I feel like when people embrace Christ consciousness, there are Christians that I've met that embrace that. And it's beautiful, right? I'm just not into any religion because religion is man-made, right? But the thing that Spirit is telling me to share with you is whether we've walked away from the institute of religion and we've embraced spirituality or we're seeking, we still have an unconscious imprint of the things that religion teaches. And one of the things that religion teaches is that we are separate from God, right? We are separate from the divine. And that is not couldn't be further from the truth. Even when we think in terms of Jesus, a lot of times you're told, oh, well, you must go through Christ in order to get to God. You must go through the Son to get to the Father. Well, let's break that down even, right? My response to that is, I'm a child of God just like Jesus, and so are you. Like, we're all God's children, right? So one child is not better than the other or more capable than the other, right? But when we break it down and we think in terms of we are the divine having a human experience, we are embodying Christ consciousness, what we're really being told is you must go through self in order to get to the divine, right? You must go through self first. So what that means is you've got to heal you, you've got to empower you, you've got to love you, right? You've got to nurture you. And that's how you get to the divine, through you. It's like Aesop, it's all in riddles and fables, and it's up to us to decipher and connect to the divine to find out what does it really mean. Because what we've been taught is not. We have this unconscious stamp that we've been taught through religion that we're less than. And Spirit is saying it's time to release that and heal that. It's time to release it and heal it. Because even if you say on a conscious level that you understand that you are the divine having a human experience, if you understood that, you may understand it, but do you believe it, right? If you believe that, if you believed it truly and completely, there would be no fear. There would be no doubt. There would be none of that, right? And the believing in that, it's a continuous process. Right? Just like healing. It's a never-ending story. You guys remember that? The never-ending story. You know what? An 80s movie night would just be amazing. But it's a never-ending story. It's a never-ending story. Because when you get to that point of believing it, guess what? There's society, putting all sort of subliminal messages out there to disconnect you again. They don't stop with their attempts to keep you in that space of believing that you're less than the divine. Being less than the divine would indicate that you are not divine, right? So Spirit is saying that it's a continuous process. Heal that and maintain that healing to know, to believe, to feel, to understand. You are the divine having a human experience. Everything that the divine is capable of, you too are capable of the same. It's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. It's also pretty simple. Just choose to heal it, choose to accept it, choose to be it, right? And it starts with saying no when you feel no, right? Just loving yourself enough. It starts there, right? So let's see what you all are saying. Um, Tia Lynn said, wait, let me see. So I know I'm doing your reading. I don't know if anyone else put your payment in to get one, but if you did, let me know. Alice Clarity said, thank you, soul sister. Lead the tribe, trailblaze, eyes to feel and a heart to see. And so it is. And so it is. I have chills right now. Thank you so much. Alatha said, Maria, can you see this? Tia Lynn said, that's really powerful, reading the Bible as a spiritual person. I was literally having a conversation about how I don't believe in the devil and questioning what that energy is. Well, look at you just manifesting answers, right? Sometimes the answers won't always come directly to you. Sometimes spirit will use a fellow light worker that's connected to give you what you're seeking. But you know what? Everything that you're seeking is seeking you, because everything that you could ever think to have, it's already yours in a parallel universe. It's already there, right? You just got to align. It serves your highest good to just align. So Cheryl said, great answer. Well, thank you, Cheryl. Great question. Diamond Green said, yes, I wrote a whole essay about how I don't agree with religion because it's man-made. It is. It is. You know, it is. It truly is. And you know what? Now they know that they have done such a number on the masses. We've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and all that stuff. To now, the truth is just hidden in plain sight. There's so many things that are in plain sight, but the masses is so brainwashed and deceived. You know, it's like I just went to see Rambo. And I'm not going to tell you guys the movie, right? But there was one part of the movie where these people were given the opportunity to be free and they refused. They were stuck in fear. And that's where we are as a society. We're stuck in fear. So truth can be staring us right in the face. Freedom can be right there. But we are so stagnant from fear that we refuse to see it. We refuse to explore it. We refuse to give ourselves that blessing of freedom that comes from knowing the truth. It's a sickness. But if the more of us choose to heal, just like a sickness is contagious, so is healing. When they see how peaceful you are and how you manifesting all this stuff, because you know, people that aren't there yet, they're turned on by stuff, right? So that's another reason why it's nothing wrong with choosing to live an abundant life financially, because when you're seeking to reach the masses and those that aren't there yet, they're turned on by stuff. I can't tell you how many people have chosen a mentor that's not as connected, but they have more stuff. So in their eyes, they have more value. And this is the world we live in, right? But some of us are ready to see beyond the illusion and to feel, right? And those of us that are there, we're uncovering truth. We're uncovering peace. We're uncovering balance. And the more those people see your life begin to unfold, they're going to start looking and saying, maybe that stuff don't mean nothing. You know, maybe it is about peace and connection and balance and self-love and service, right? So let's see. Oh, I'm so glad. Cheryl says some things in the Bible resonate with me and some things don't. And you know what? I'd love to know, like when you look at those things that don't with new eyes, what spirit reveals to you. That's what my mission is just to see, you know, to see what I receive with these eyes, right? Tia Lynn said, oh my gosh, Nahkila, you are truly being a mirror for me today. Thank you. That I was talking to you, Tia Lynn, when I said I'm so grateful. Thank you. I'm so grateful that I'm mirroring for you. Tia Lynn says 7 in the chat and 7 from the previous card. What's the significance? Well, 7 is a number of completion, right? It's also the divine's number, right? But also when you see the number 7, it's a way for spirit to say to you, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. So all those messages are coming through. Cheryl said, I wonder what it really means when it says you are made in God's image. You are made in God's image. Well, the reason why you're made in God's image is because you are an extension of the divine, right? You are the divine having a human experience. So when we think image, we're thinking in terms of image and what we look like, but it's deeper than the image of an appearance, right? It's the image of our attributes, what we're capable of, our powers, right? Our heart, our soul, right? So that's what it means. You are the divine. You're made in the image of the divine. You are the divine here on earth, and you're here to bring divinity to the world. It's powerful. We've just got to make the choice to step up. That's all. And we step up first by stepping up within. So I'm going to go ahead and oh, you are so welcome, Alicia. Alicia, I'm so glad that you are resonating with today's message. It's resonating with me too. I'm super grateful that Spirit brought this message through for us. Maria said, "No, I can't." LOL. Oh my goodness. Alicia said, "Thank you." Okay, I got that. Lata said, "Saw the card. No, in full just now. It was blurry when you did my message. There's way more to that no based on the words on the card." Yes. And Diamond Green said, "Wow, my whole mind just blown." And Cheryl said, "I just love your live streams. You be on point." Thank you, Cheryl. I love getting on here with you guys. Seriously. Alice Clarity said, "You are strong and powerful from my spirit team to yours. Namaste. Beautiful work. Gotta go for now. Love and light." I thank you so much. And I can feel your strength too, because I kid you not, every time you speak, I get chills. So I thank you. I thank you. Namaste. And Maria said, "I can't see the comments, but yes, resonates with me so much. What an amazing message." Thank you, Maria. I'm so grateful. Maria said, "Thank you so much. This has truly made my day." Well, you are so welcome. Now I'm going to do Rachel's mini. Rachel, are you still here? Okay. Okay, awesome. Ooh, I like that card. Ooh. This is awesome. So because the alarm went off again, this will be the only mini reading for today. But you guys, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Is it 8 or 8:30? Ooh. Can somebody go on Facebook, please, and look at the United Light Beings Awakening group and let me know, is it 8 or 8:30 that Javi is streaming live before I give misinformation? Because some of you are here on the channel and you're not in our Facebook group. If you're on Facebook and you're not in the group, please get in the group. It's our free group, the United Light Beings Awakening group. And there's a link here in the description box. 8. Okay, so 8. Oh, hey, Javi. So it's 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Javi will be live streaming and Javi will be delivering general messages and he will be doing $20 mini readings. I didn't even know Javi was here. Okay, so now we're getting to my beautiful Aunt Rachel's reading. So Rachel, this is exciting because you got the attachment card, but it came in upside down. I can't wait to get to your second card though. So let me just focus. You got the attachment card and it came in upside down. So I'm hearing two things. Spirit said as you are releasing attachments to, I'm hearing outerly experiences or outward experiences. Bring that back. So, okay, now it's not coming back in a clear message like it was. Now it's coming back with me explaining to you. So it's like you're releasing attachment to the things that are outside of self, basically. You're releasing attachment and you're taking time to go within and you're okay with it. Like, it's not like you're doing it and you're feeling any guilt. Like, you are really in a zone of taking care of self. And Spirit is commending you for that. And what Spirit would like you to know is that as a result of that, see, this was the card that had me super excited. Your cornucopia, your abundance is coming. And Spirit is reminding you through that number 11. And even you put 1111 that you are in your power. Stay there. Stay there. And go ahead and seek the advancement, right? Go ahead and seek the advancement. Now, listen, as I say that, you get this card, Great Adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. Now, that message with you seeking the advancement was coming through because what Spirit is saying is that now it's time. It's time. You can still do what you're doing, which is great because this is now a part of who you are. But now it's time for you to go deeper into that next step. I'm definitely hearing your book, your podcast. You guys, if you have an Instagram, hashtag roll call, and you'll find Rachel's account. I would highly recommend you do it because she does have a podcast. And as things elevate and grow for her, Spirit is already saying that, Rachel, you are a teacher, you are a nurturer, and your tribe is waiting for you. So now it's time for you to step into that next phase. So what's coming through right now, your cornucopia is coming through. Your abundance is coming through more of the abundance of what really matters. And that's that internal abundance, right? And the more you build upon that, the more you'll manifest physical abundance, right? Now, as I'm receiving your message, I am feeling some heart chakra stuff going on. And I'm feeling some stuff in my back going on. So what Spirit is telling me is that there are still some things from your past that you are releasing. Spirit is not even saying that you're being called to release. You are releasing. There are some people from your past that may not understand your journey. They may not accept it. And you're okay with that. Spirit is just saying you're doing a great job, but what you are being reminded of is now is the time for you to be moving forward. I don't know if you've been writing every day, but if you haven't, now is the time. And even if you don't start off with a full-fledged book of like your life story or a self-help type book, this is something that I've been contemplating as well. Do a book of daily inspiration. You know how you do roll call messages every day? But it's time for you to get out there in some way, shape, or form that's on a deeper level than how you're out there now. Okay. So what I'm being told to tell you is to start going live in REM more often. When you go live, start teaching, connecting, and just allowing Spirit to guide you on what to share because you are a teacher. You are a wise one, and it's time. It's time. We got a couple of wise ones in our soul family. This great adventure will take you to many places. World travel is in store for you. You may not go every place in the world, but I'm hearing you will go to the places your soul is called. So at first it was coming through, you'll go to the places that you desire to see, but then it was saying the places where your soul is called. And then that came through as a double message. Like when your soul is called, these are going to be places that you can help to heal, but also your soul, if it's a place that you, like to visit, it's because your soul is calling you there and it's going to be for pleasure. But some of these places is going to be to serve. And literally you're just going to serve just living, right? Your life is just going to be an example, even more than it already has been. So let me see what you're saying. Okay, so a lot that said, how does it work for Jillian doing healing sessions? Do we use the same process as we do with the reading? So it works the same. You guys would click the link and you would be able to do the $20 mini healing sessions, and Jillian would send you energy healing. You know, she's in energy healing. So yeah, she's a shaman and a Reiki practitioner, pretty powerful. I meet with Jillian every Wednesday. So yeah, it's awesome. It helps. I haven't met with her in probably about a month with me transitioning, and then she's been sick, but I can feel the difference when I don't see her. So let's see. Tia Liz said, "Ooh, that card is gorgeous, but also I like food." Oh, my sister. Cheryl said, when you shuffle those cards and then you pause, your facial expression gets really serious. I love that. Thank you. Usually I'm receiving, and Spirit is telling me either it's the card or to pull from the bottom or the middle, or, Spirit is talking. Alata said, this is a beautiful card, the gold one. I love the color. It just caught my eye. Cornucopia card. Yes. And Rachel said, bullseye. Tia Lynn gave a heart. Alata said, yes, Rachel. You are so welcome. Alata says, is there a question involved when doing healing? Is there a question involved when doing healing? Are you referring to Jillian? But yeah, I'm going to show you guys this card again because I love this card too. I always get excited when it shows up. But also, can you guys see those guides? You guys see that? Look at this though. Would you come into the woods and expect to see a feast? So Spirit is also letting us know that our abundance comes in places that we least expect it. When we have our eyes focused on what we're called to do, we're not so much focusing on the where it's coming from. And we just allow Spirit to make it happen for us based on the effort and the energy we put into it happening. It'll come in the areas that you least expect it. So I'm going to share this with you before we wrap things up. But for instance, with my situation, you know, some of you know this scar on my neck, it's because I had 2 cervical spine surgeries. And you guys may not be able to see it, but I noticed like the side where the surgery, like my muscles in my face, so one side droops a little bit. I see it. My mom always says she doesn't until I sent her a picture and she could tell. But anyways, when I first got injured, I had a 500-pound metal rack fall on my shoulder, right? And before I had any surgeries, I've had these 2 surgeries. I've had rotator cuff surgery. I had an independent medical exam done, and they literally said she is free to go back to work with no restriction, none. They sent me back to work. I was just recently divorced. At that time, we had a 50-50 parenting plan. It was my choice to do it that way. I felt it was best. So I wasn't getting child support, no income. I could not physically do it. So I asked to be taken off the schedule with no income and children to support, right? So UW fought it, and then they took me off of work. But for a long time, I was saying, I don't trust their system. I don't trust the independent medical examiner, right? Because my doctor, my surgeon doesn't do ratings to determine, you know, what my lump sum will be. And at first I was saying, I don't trust because this was my experience. And then I was like, wait a minute. Spirit and I am more powerful than any system. I don't care if it's that feast in the forest or that needle in the haystack, that one person that does their job correctly. I'm not even asking them to cut corners or bend rules or do anything, just correctly, right? Is the person I'll get. It could be 1,000,001 IMEs. And out of 1,000,001, 1,000,000 of them may be that person that said I was free to go back to work with no restrictions before any one of my 3 surgeries. But I will get that one. I'll get that one. So Spirit is reminding us, no matter what the circumstances are, or no matter what it has been, if we keep remembering what it has been and keep giving that energy and power, that's what it's going to be. Right? But your miracles can show up in the most unexpected ways if we just allow it. So instead of focusing on what once was or what happened, I focus on what I'm choosing to create. I'm focused on what I'm choosing to create. And what I'm choosing is abundance in all areas of my life. What I'm choosing is everything that happens in my life serves my highest good. What I'm choosing is I surrender to what is and I manifest and create what will be. And so it is. So that's the message I have for you guys. I'm going to read the comments really quick, and then I am going to get my booty in gear and go get my son. So let's see. Alata said, yes, doing a healing session. Do we ask a question? How does that work? You know, that's something that Jillian will be led on. I'm not sure if you'll ask her a question in regards to your personal healing. I really don't know. You know, the thing about the members of my team is that they are all connected to Spirit, and I give them the freedom to be led. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that looks like. You guys can ask Jillian questions, and Jillian will decide how she's going to show up in regards to how with us readers, we can have general messages. You know what I mean? We can have general messages. And then when you get your mini reading, go there. But I don't know. That's something to reach out to Jillian. And you know what? She may not even know. She may not be planning. She may just be being spirit led. But that's a great question, Alatha. Tia Lynn said, yes, Alatha, nourishment is found in the most unexpected places. Maria said, I asked Spirit last week for our challenge to show me something. Thank you. And Spirit told me orange. And I'm like, what orange? What does that mean? I went with it. I set the intention that I'm gonna see something orange. Yes, you told me that you were gonna tell me about it. On Saturday, I felt so low. I was sitting in my car and I look over my passenger floorboard to notice a feather. I was so happy. And then I look up and I see a beautiful cedar tree and the leaves were all turning orange. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Okay, now your response. That is so amazing. What did you guys see? Because we didn't even go there. I'm glad you brought it up. Remember last week we were challenged for you guys to set the intention to see something, to manifest seeing something. Did you guys do it? Did you even remember? That's so awesome. Let's see. A lot that said, Tia Lynn, I know. I'm about to make some salmon croquettes with a side of red, yellow, and orange bell peppers. Let's see. Cheryl said, Maria, your profile is orange. I noticed that too, Cheryl. Maria said, oh, thank you. Yes, it does. Didn't even think about that. Hey, napping free. Beautiful. Thanks, Queen. I came in late, so I will listen to the replay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, listen to the replay. The messages that came through were pretty powerful today. Maria said, I love spirit, right? Tia Lynn said, I have been saying that mantra, everything that happens serves my highest good, my highest and greatest good. Okay, so what I'm being told to tell you is add everything that happens in my life, add that and you're golden. I am open and willing to receive every day, and so it is. A lot that said, okay, thank you. I'm looking forward to all of their lives. Me too. And you know what I thought about? Javi, I don't know if you're still on, but I was like, you guys know Friday is my move-in day, right? Javi's going to be live. But then I was like, okay, it's 8 o'clock. I guess that's spirit saying, don't do it, Nahkila, because you know me. I'm like, Friday, I'm not going to stop until everything's put away, right? Because I've been so looking forward to cooking. I never thought that day would come. I used to love to cook and then I stopped loving it. And I never thought I'd be looking forward to cooking, but I am. So I guess that's coming from spirit that 8 o'clock I'll be tuning in too. So I'll be here with you all watching. Javi will be live on this channel. So invite, if you guys are in the United Light Beings Awakening, actually the Spiritual Awakening with Nahkila Isha is our public page, right? So the settings in United Light Beings Awakening, it's private so that everyone is comfortable posting and sharing things that they may not want the public to see or know, right? But the Spiritual Awakening with Nahkila Isha page, I believe the link is in the description box as well. Anything that's on there, you can share it, you can repost it. So if you are on Facebook and you have already liked the page, please share Javi's information, the post that talks about him going live, and invite your friends to join. And if you are on Facebook and you haven't liked the page, please go ahead and do so. But I thank you all so much. I thank you. I have thoroughly enjoyed our time together. I just love it. I love it so much. And get ready to see a lot of things happening on the channel. Monday Dose of Sunshine is back. Tuesday Tips and Tools. Wednesday Live Empower Hour. Thursday is our Pick a Card reading. Friday is our Friday feature. And then Saturday and Sunday, there's not anything aside from our nightly Night Your Soul. So that's still going to be nightly, and that's what will be going on Saturdays and Sundays. So the channel is definitely going to be filled with positive content. Spirit has been moving me and guiding me, and I'm just so grateful. So grateful. And thank you guys for sharing your energy with me. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance, and I'll talk to you soon.